So what if I told you there's a system, a real honest-to-goodness system for driving the right kind of visitors to your website? I'm talking visitors that actually turn into paying customers, like clockwork every single month. Okay, let's dive right in, because today we are breaking down the complete playbook for getting traffic to your website.
It all starts with a number, 954. Now that is not some random figure I just pulled out of a hat. That's the actual number of new leads one company generated.
And get this, they did it in just 30 days, from a pool of over 29,000 users. But you know the best part? This wasn't done with some giant corporate budget. No, this was the result of a smart, repeatable traffic system that literally anyone can use. And it all comes from answering one really important question.
Right? How do you get past just counting clicks and start attracting visitors who are actually ready to book a call, click buy now, or sign a contract? That is exactly what we are going to unpack right here, right now.
See, the answer is all about understanding your complete traffic system. It's built around 7 core channels, and each one has its own special strength and purpose.
These are your 7 core plays. You've got paid social for finding new people, paid search to grab them when they're ready to buy, display and retargeting to bring them back. Then there's organic social to build a community, SEO for that long-term authority, referrals for borrowing trust, and, my personal favorite, email for owning your audience. Oh, and we'll also touch on direct traffic, which, well, it isn't something you do, it's something you earn. Okay, so let's start in the fast lane. These are the channels you go to when you need traffic like yesterday. If you're launching something new or you just need to see results right now, this is where you start. So, what's the big difference between the 2 main paid channels? Well, think of it this way. Paid social, ads on Instagram or Facebook, that's all about creating demand. It's the absolute fastest way to get in front of people who don't even know you exist yet. On the other hand, paid search, like Google Ads, is for capturing demand. You're showing up at the exact moment a customer is looking for what you sell.
And the power of these ads, wow, it can be huge. Just look at this e-commerce company selling silk flowers. They spent just over $1,600 on Facebook ads and generated more than $18,000 in revenue. That is a mind-blowing 11.22 return on ad spend. To put it simply, for every single dollar they put in, they got more than $11 back. Incredible. But here's the thing. Getting that first click, even with an amazing ROI like that, is only half the battle. The real challenge for pretty much every business out there is represented by this next number, 97%.
That's right. On average, a staggering 97% of the people who visit your website for the very first time will leave without buying a single thing. The truth is, most customers need to see or hear from your brand like 7 or more times before they finally feel comfortable enough to make a purchase. And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Once they've clicked away, how in the world do you get back on their radar and create all those extra touch points? Well, this is where display and retargeting becomes your secret weapon. You know how you look at a product online, and then suddenly you start seeing ads for it absolutely everywhere you go? Yeah, that's retargeting. It's that gentle little nudge that follows your potential customers around the internet, keeping your brand top of mind and guiding them back to your site when they're finally ready to pull the trigger. Okay, so that was the fast lane. And look, quick wins are awesome, but real lasting success, that comes from playing the long game. This is all about building sustainable, compounding growth and real trust over time.
And the undisputed king of the long game is SEO, or search engine optimization. To put it simply, it's the art and science of getting your website to show up at the very top of Google search results, all without paying a single penny for ads.
Honestly, SEO is probably the most powerful long-term asset you can build for your business. Now, it does take time. You got to be patient and expect to invest a good 6 to 12 months to see major results. But once you rank for those key terms, the traffic just becomes this consistent, reliable engine that keeps growing and growing over time. So how do you even get started? Well, it really boils down to 3 core steps. First, you've got to use a free tool like Google's Keyword Planner to figure out what your audience is actually typing into that search bar. Second, you create super valuable content, like a blog that answers their questions and builds trust. And third, you just have to make sure your website's technical health is solid. It's got to be fast, mobile-friendly, and easy for Google to understand.
Another pillar of this long game is what we call referral traffic. The idea is simple, but it is so powerful. It's basically borrowed trust. When another website that your audience already knows and respects links to you, whether it's an industry directory, a popular blog, or a forum, their credibility basically rubs off on your brand.
For a new business, this is one of the absolute best ways to gain some early traction and authority.
But what if you didn't have to pay for every click or borrow trust from other people? What if you could build a direct line to your most loyal followers? That brings us to our final and maybe the most valuable category of them all.
This quote right here says it all. Email is traffic that you own. See, with social media or search, you're just renting space. You're always at the mercy of some algorithm change. But with email, you have a direct, unfiltered line to your audience. No algorithm, no rising ad costs. It is your list.
And the process is actually pretty straightforward. First, you offer something valuable for free, a guide, a checklist, a discount in exchange for an email address. Then you promote that free thing to build up your list. And here's a critical rule. Never, ever, ever buy an email list. It's a waste of money. From there, you nurture that list with helpful content. And finally, you automate sequences to convert leads. One e-commerce store used a single automated email campaign to bring in over $12,700 in revenue. That's the power of owned traffic.
And finally, let's talk about that bonus channel, direct traffic. This is what happens when someone literally types your website address directly into their browser. You don't use this channel, you earn it. It's the ultimate sign that all your other marketing is working and that your brand is becoming truly memorable. So, we've just covered the entire playbook, the fast lane for quick results and the long game for sustainable growth. The big question now is, with all these options, where on earth do you begin?
And listen, this is probably the most important piece of advice you'll hear today. You do not need to master all 7 of these at once. The real key to success is to just pick 1 or 2 of these channels, really focus your efforts, and do them exceptionally well. Master one, then add another.
You now have the complete map to website traffic. You've got the fast lanes for immediate results, and you've got the long-term paths for sustainable growth. So the only question left is, which path are you going to choose to start your journey?